The Calypso, the perfect medium group base for your team. The Calypso is a 6-sided egg base that has no wide gaps, but it still has an amazing shooting floor. It has a shell with 6 bunkers and turrets, and one of the most defendable roofs I've ever made, and double chain link roof peaks that are impossible to get shot from. Now let's get to the build cost. Welcome to my new website, dragon.com. You can purchase custom base designs and tutorials for your team, receive live coaching from myself, and also get base coaching where I pimp out your base. Hello everybody, it's Dragon here, and welcome to the base tour for the Calypso. Coming up on one of my 6 disconnectable mini Satori TCs, I can enter through this airlock and see the TC and its upkeep. Heading back out, I'm going to show you how to disconnect the TC in the event that you need to replace the main one. All you're going to need to do is place this roof, destroy it, place back your main TC, and then you can reconnect your tool cupboard to your main base. Heading back around to the other side of the base, we're going to see our 3 entrances. This is one of them. They're all the same, and they all have peeks into the compound and 180-degree vision for door campers on the outside. Heading further into the compound, you can see that we have turret angles on both sides. I have more turret angles right here, covering this furnace funnel, which is shotgun traps in a large furnace, creating a funnel. Heading into our compound outpost, you can see one of our 3 bedrooms that have Patrico peaks facing towards the furnace funnel. Opening up this door shows us some of our battery spots, and heading to the right or the left will take you to a bedroom with lockers and Patrico peaks facing the compound. Heading back out of our compound outpost, I'm going to show you the main base. Opening up this door and a garage door is going to take us to our jump up and drop boxes that have peeks into the shell. Behind this door you can see we have a locker, and right next to it we have a bed. Heading in these 2 doors, you can see we're met with our bunkers, our turrets, and just the general shell. Here we have ramp turrets that protect the bunkers, and we also have breach peaks out into the compound. These breach peaks are really easy to access since they're in your shell. Up here we have a ladder hatch for some extra mobility, and down here we have our bunkers. Over here we have another one of our bunkers. It seems like the box there got disconnected, but you can always place it back. Destroy the twig to close your bunker and place it back to open it. The same thing goes for this bunker. Heading into the 2nd floor of our starter unit, I can open up these garage doors and reveal that there is full mobility throughout each side of the base because we have 3 entrances. Heading into our starter unit, you can see we have a drop-down style egg base with 9 furnaces, 8 boxes, and this is our main tool cupboard and its upkeep. 5k metal and 5k stone is not that bad. Heading out, you can see we can either take our ladder hatch mobility up to the shooting floor, or we can take this half-height jump up, which gives us peeks out into the compound and into the shell. That's a great place to defend your base. Hey, that rhymed. Going up on this jump up, you can see we have a respawn with some more general peeks out to the compound. And here we have more peeks, and jumping up on this roof, we have even more peeks. These are our one-way chain link fences that nobody can shoot you through. Heading into this side of the shooting floor, you can see on every single side we're going to have 2 beds, a battery, and also a locker. Jumping up here, you can see we have more peeks out into the compound. Right behind us, we have more peeks into the roof. And jumping up on this ramp, we get some really good peeks to defend our base. Thank you to Rustclash for sponsoring today's video. Rustclash is a case gambling website that has over 90 cases to choose from. Rustclash gives over $25,000 out weekly with their on-site range that appear in chat and are easily claimable. There are a variety of different ways to deposit money onto the site, and you can also deposit from Rust, CSGO, and Dota 2. You can withdraw with Rust skins, real cash via PayPal, and you can also withdraw with crypto. Use my code DRAGON to unlock rakeback and daily cases, which can be claimed every 24 hours based on your level. Remember to gamble responsibly, and you must be 18 and above. On each side of us, we have a chain link fence door that separates this part of the shooting floor, but you're going to see soon that it gives us some pretty good peeks. But for now, these are more peeks out into the compound and onto the roof. Let's talk about this door. This is a double chain link fence door, so when I open it, it creates a blockage for me, and when I close it, I can shoot through it. Jumping into this single door, we can see that we have roof bedrooms that peek onto the roof. We also have ramps that we can shoot through in case there's a heli above our base. Heading back down, I'm going to show you what the roof looks like. As you can see, this roof is really spacious for lots of space for minis and scrappies. Up here, we have more peaks out into the compound. And on the other sides, we have two beds with more peaks looking downwards into the roof and out into the compound. That's it for the base tour. Now, I'm going to show you how to build this thing. Hello everybody, it's Dragon here, and welcome to the base tutorial for the Calypso. Here, we have put down a simple egg starter unit, and we're sealing it in with full walls. Go ahead and stand in the middle of the base, and go to this triangle right here. That's where you're going to be putting your tool cupboard. Seal it in with a door, and now we're going to need to make a jump up on this side of the base. Create your half floor, your floor frame, and there's your jump up. Seal that in with a door, and now we need to seal in the roof of the base. Once you've sealed in the roof of the base, you're going to need some box space, and here's how you create your shelves. Place your boxes down. And you're good to go. Next, you're going to need some furnaces, and here are the spots for those. If you have a workbench, you can place it right here. Next up, you're going to want bag spots, and there are 6 general areas where you can place your bags. Here are your garage door placements. And if you need more furnaces or a locker, this would be the place to place them. And here are your trap placements. And this is what your starter should look like. Now, to build the second floor up, we're going to have 3 entrances, all with double doors. Next, seal everything in with walls, and fully seal in your roof. Let's go ahead and build our loot rooms. And with this extra triangle, I recommend putting an early game battery spot. Fill everything in with glass and put some frames down. That's it for the starter unit. Heading out of our front door, please keep in mind that I have 3-sided on. Now you're going to want to place 2 triangles and 2 squares in this arrangement. Next up, add a twig. You're going to want to build 1 triangle and 9 squares out like this. Once you get into the 9th square, delete 4 squares and come back in with triangles. Delete the rest of the triangles in the last square. Delete the rest of the squares in the triangle. And now build back in with triangles. Stone this foundation. And now build the rest of the footprint. Like so. Now we're going to build our compound outposts. For here, you're just going to want to place a square and 6 triangles, a wall frame and a door to connect the 2 pieces. And on each side, you're going to place a triangle, a square, build out 3 triangles, and do removal like this. Make sure everything's connected by placing a wall frame and 2 walls like so, and do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to want to build our disconnectable TC, so go out in 1 half moon in a square, and then place 2 triangles like so. Make sure you place half walls facing the base, so you can get the stability to disconnect the TC. Place down your tool cupboard and your doors, and finish off the external like this. Leave this foundation wood because we are going to need to disconnect this later. Now for the other 3 sides of the base, do the same thing and build out 1 triangle and 9 squares. Delete 4 squares. Off of that square, build in with triangles. Delete that build out. And now delete the rest of the squares as well as this last triangle. Build back in, place a square, and upgrade it to stone, like so. Build another square out with 4 triangles, like so. Upgrade this to stone, and now build your disconnectable TC. As you're going to see, we're not going to be able to place a tool cupboard in here because of the building privilege. Now is going to be a great time to use our disconnectable TCs. Place a roof towards the tool cupboard, destroy the roof, and now your TC is disconnected. You should be able to place the tool cupboard in here now, and make sure that when you do, you connect it to the main base, upgrade it all to stone, and don't forget to reconnect your other TC. Perfect. Now we're going to finish the compound starting with this gatehouse. Place down 4 windows and a frame. Cover the roof and place your deployables down like so. What it should look like. Next up, we're going to be placing our preparations for chain link fences and shotgun traps like so. On each side, place a foundation, a half wall, 2 frames, destroy the half wall, and place a low wall. Destroy the foundation, and this is what it should look like. Now hopping up here, we're going to be placing down our half walls like so, covering them in triangles, and now we have to place our embrasure. In order to place this barricade, you are going to need to upgrade the stone to sheet metal so it's flat. There we go. Destroy the twig, and this side of your compound is sealed. Let's finish off these compound outposts by placing walls and windows like so. Fill this in with honeycomb. And now we have our locker and battery spots. Go ahead and place a half wall with 2 floors and a single door. Do this on each side and we have our spots for shotgun traps. Hop up on here. Cover everything with floors. And now let's place down our barricades. We're going to want to place temporary twig, so do that right here. Next up, we're going to want to place our turret spot, so place 2 frames, 2 half walls, 2 floors, and let's get preparations for the half-heighted chain link fences like so. This is what it should look like. We're going to want to prepare to place shotgun traps down for the funnel, so make sure you get this floating low wall and then the half-height peak for the bedroom. Next up, we're going to want to seal the compound. Get your shotgun traps, large furnaces, and wooden walls ready, and let's seal this compound. Make sure you use Alt-Look to help you place the walls so you don't misplace them in a real wipe. Place your shotgun traps and your large furnaces, and I really recommend placing your large furnaces high so it creates a funnel for the raiders. Do this on the other side like so, and we're good to go. Now, our compound is fully sealed. Staying on the side of our compound outposts, on this square and 2 triangles, we're going to want to place full walls and half-floored shelves to create window peaks like this. Next up, we're going to want to hop up on that and seal it all in. On these squares here, we're going to create our loot rooms for the compound. Go ahead and square it in with some ramps and a window. Make sure you do that on the other side. Alright, now we're going to want to build our entrance to the base. Go ahead and place 4 walls in like this, a half floor, a window, and 2 frames. Place more walls and floors right up against these triangles. And now we're going to want to build out this lower part here. Go ahead and place a half wall on each part of the multi-TC, demolish the half walls, and you're going to want to place a triangle right in the middle there so there's a gap on each side. Now with no gap, go ahead and place your ramps and your floor frames, and you're going to want to seal it all in with walls and windows, as shown here. Make this jump up have a low wall and a frame, just like so. Now we're going to build our bunker. We're going to make sure that this bunker has a shelf, so make sure you place a half floor and a floor before. I didn't mean to place this frame, so I'm going to demolish it and replace it with a wall. Now we're going to want to hop up here and place a roof to open our bunker. Now connect the floor tile to that roof, and now we can seal in the rest of this shell. Go ahead and place a floor triangle and a floor like so, along with floor triangles connected on these specific parts of the base. For the other side, all we're going to want to do is create our second bunker. Make sure you create a shelf in there with a frame, another shelf, seal it in on top, and place a wall like so. Make sure you keep a gap right there on the roof, and when you open the bunker, you're going to want to place a floor frame connected to the bunker like that. Now we're going to build our breach peaks. Place a half wall and 4 windows, 5 windows right there. Now place your shelf, your frames, and 2 roofs. Get some frames for stability, and now we're going to seal this in. Get 2 half walls, 2 floors, and a frame for a ladder hatch. This will be extra mobility throughout the base. We're going to want to get our roof sealed, so make sure you place walls, half walls, a window, and a frame for a temporary door that we can place down in order to seal the shell. Now that the shell is sealed, we're going to go ahead and replace this sheet metal door with a garage door. And now let's get to work on building the sheeting floor. Place walls up there, and now you're going to want to place 2 windows, a half wall, and a frame. Place a roof in there, and now you can put your flame grill in there. Do this on the other side, like so. Make your floor frame, upgrade it to sheet metal so you can place that roof, and then place your deployable in it, just like so. Now, we're going to go ahead and build our bedrooms. Place walls along the square in 2 triangles. This spot will be for a battery, and this spot will be for a locker. And there, you can place your beds. And now we need to add more stability. We'll place a doorway and a garage door frame and seal in this roof. We're going to place our frames on each side, like so. And now we're going to see where we need to place our next frames. We can't place them here, so we're going to have to place them on top of this square floor frame. Do that on the other side and seal in the rest of the roof. Next, place a half wall and a window and a half wall on top of the other embrasure. Do this on the other side, and then you're going to want to seal in the roof of it. Now we're ready to set up our turrets. Place down your turret and your chain link gate so you can fill them later. And you need to make sure that you get these turrets and chain link fences down before we do the next step. The next step is to place a half wall and a roof. You might have trouble placing the roof, but that's just because it could be placing on the wall stacked part of the base. Keep trying and make sure that your walls are not rotated outside. Finishing up the base build, we're going to want to place frames all along this balcony that are too high. Go ahead and fill in every spot with 2 frames. Now you got to get up here and start placing down a floor frame and some windows. Sheet metal the floor frame, place down a roof, and now you're going to need to get under to place your deployable, like so. Jump back up there, and now let's finish the rest of the shooting floor. On each side, we're going to place a half wall, a low wall, a half wall, and a window, like so. Now, we'll place the frame, like so. Now we place our roofs. Once our roofs are placed, we're going to be able to place wall frames, like so, and our floors. Now, we're going to want to get our window, our 2 doors, and our 3 windows, along with some ramps for protection. These will be our roof peak-ups. Place your floors, and now place your roofs. This is what it should look like. Now, we're going to get our turret spot and 2 roofs placed. If you don't have stability for the left roof, all you need to do is jump down and place this frame right here. Now, hop back up and you should have enough stability to place the roof. Alright, down here on your square and 2 triangles, you're going to want to place frames all the way up, like so. Once you're back up here, finish it off with 1 more layer of frames, and then place your 3 triangles to create the fake wide gap. Cover this in windows, and a door, like so. Don't forget to place your roofs so you can put down your turrets. Place a roof on each side now, and get your frames done like so. Make sure you place your chain links so your turrets are double chain linked from the side, and it helps with offline protection. Make sure you do this on the other side of your base, like so. That's it for the base tutorial. Now, let's move on to the outro.